This year, NTD will hold its 9th International Classical Chinese Dance Competition. We sat down with one of the competition's most recent medalists to understand what makes a dancer shine.
Since its inception in 2007, the competition has attracted some of the world's most enchanted classical Chinese dancers, including dancers from Shenyun. Victor Lee from Shenyun won silver last year. This is his 5th year competing, and it hasn't been easy.
The first time I didn't even make it from our school selection. I remember I kind of cried. I kind of ran out of the theater.
But that didn't stop him.
And then the third time I joined, I got bronze. And the fourth time I got silver. And then, so I guess every time I'm just trying to push myself to improve, try to kind of compete against myself to do better.
His formula for success: persistence and a good mindset.
If you're positive and if you're really cheerful all the time, that actually does affect me physically because our daily schedule is so tiring and could be really stressful. So if you're kind of depressed or if you think that you're tired, it's actually gonna make the day a lot worse for you. But then if you stay positive and cheerful, it kind of helps yourself and your environment.
And he incorporates that into his dance style.
My style is more lighthearted, and I don't like to do really angsty or kind of depressing dances. So I wanted to do kind of a lighthearted, but then still having a good moral type of dance.
He said for dancers, it's important to make the movements grand and expressive. And what helps with that is one dance training he received at shenyun, shen dai shou, or the body leads the hands, and kwa dai tui, or the hips lead the legs.
From our innermost middle core area, we start our movements from here. So our movements have a bigger range.
The once lost technique is deemed to be the most difficult of or the best in classical Chinese dance skills.
Because we prepare to go on stage, so we need to make sure that our acting and our movements is really clear to the audience, even though they could be sitting very far away. So we try to make our movements as big as possible.
The technique also improves the dancer's ability to spin.
We think about spinning not with our hands, but with our body. We try to rotate with our body to spin faster.
And enhances jumps and tumbling. The dance story Lee choreographed this year is about a novice archer learning archery from a Taoist cultivator. But instead of teaching archery, the Taoist asked the young man to meditate. And after that,
he finds out that even though he never practiced archery, he's suddenly really good at it. And then when he turns around, he sees that his teacher left. And that's when he knows that his teacher actually came to teach him cultivation.
Inspired by a Chinese fable, the story embodies the ancient belief that every trade is a way of self-cultivation, and it is through moral and spiritual improvements that one excels at his techniques.
Even though a lot of the Chinese culture, Chinese morals are thousands of years old, but I do still feel they can still affect us now. So for Chinese history, there's thousands of stories that you can kind of look back. And a lot of times if we're going through problems, we can even look back in history and see if there's similar problems and how they were solved or what could have been done better. And a lot of times we can apply that to ourselves.